Hey, welcome to the yoga class. Let's get started. We're going to start seated on your mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, use a towel or a blanket, whatever you have nearby. My favorite thing to use is a tada rug, and you can get 10% off of those using the code Phoebe. Let's begin. Hands will come onto your knees, eyes can close if you'd like. Soften the shoulders away from ears. Sit up super tall, lifting the brightness of your heart. Drop your awareness from your brain, from your thoughts, from the to-dos, down into your body. Become aware of how your body feels today. Tired or energized, achy, relaxed. See if you can notice your heart beating. Notice the way your body moves while it breathes. See if you can feel any digestion happening. As a way to center for our practice, we'll take 3 big breaths together. Inhale through your nose. Expand your belly, your chest, your upper back. Open your mouth, long sigh out. 2 more like that. Big breath in. Mouth open, let it go. 3rd one, inhale. Hold it for just a moment. Exhale. Inhale, scoop the arms up high to the sky. Reach up. Reaching as tall as you can through the back of your body, as tall as you can through your spine, but drop the shoulders away from ears. And visualize the space between your palms getting filled with all the wonderful things you're needing in your life right now. Whatever you're needing more of, fill it up between those palms. You can visualize it there like a bright golden light or a white light, but vision yourself holding that giant ball. Then exhale, slowly draw all those good things down to your heart, letting your thumbs join together at your heart. Wonderful. Let's begin our practice with this good intention. Find your way into tabletop position. Spread your fingers super wide, middle fingers parallel. Bring the tops of your feet to the mat. And then start to get super dancey in a way. Just like move it around. Maybe some little twerks, maybe some rolls, maybe undulate like a snake or a wave. Or if you're feeling more classic today, of course you could do some cats and cows. But I encourage you to get a little bit funkier today. To really check into, wow, how does my shoulder joint move? And when I hold my arms strong and my legs strong, how much mobility can I create in my spine and maybe even my head? I'm not going to move my head around too much because it knocks my earphones out. You won't be able to hear me, but I encourage you to really move your head around too, as long as your neck likes it. Awesome. Come back to a neutral tabletop pose. Flex your feet so the toes tuck under. Push back to child's pose. The hips are going to sit to the heels and push with your palms round your back. So we're doing kind of a modified variation of child's pose here. Good. Shift forward back to table. Inhale up, cow pose. Breathe in. Exhale to that modified child's hips to heels. Push with your palms. Arms are super active. Chin tucks to chest. Shift forward again. Inhale up, cow pose. Breathe in. Exhale, push back to that modified child's pose. This pose time, hover your knees. Really reach your heart forward. Look past your fingertips. Good. Shift forward again. Inhale up, cow pose. And then exhale, shift back, hover the knees. Push strong with the arms. Sink the hips down towards the feet and push through your toes. From here, begin to lift the hips up. Press the legs towards straight, starting to find downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out your feet. Feel free to shake out your head. And just like before in our tabletop, see how it feels to move when just your palms and your feet are touching the mat. Visualize these 2, or I guess these 4 points of contact being super glued to the ground. And what else can move? Can you still shake your hips around? Can you still roll your head around? How much can your chest move? So find as much movement without moving the hands and feet as you can. Good, like an ocean wave, undulate forward to plank pose. Start with the hips, round through cat pose, come to plank. You might need to walk your knees back a little bit, your feet back. You can always drop your knees down to the ground here. Good, back of the neck is long. Push strong with your palms. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Take a big breath in. Exhale, drop the knees, tap the floor. No weight goes into the legs. Press back up, plank pose. Good. Inhale, tap the knees down. No weight goes into them. Exhale, press back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, press. Great news. This time, drop the knees all the way down. Yay. And come back into tabletop. Bring the left hand underneath your chest. Straighten the right leg. Turn to face the right. And spin your left foot behind you so that shin is going to be perpendicular to your mat. Reach the right hand high to the sky. You can gaze up to it if you'd like. Nice. This is option 1. Stay here. Option 2, start to lift the right leg up. Make sure the belly is pulling in. We're avoiding any back bend sensation. And lift the torso up away from the floor. Get lighter on that bottom hand. Gorgeous. Take one more breath. And then place that foot back down. Reach the right arm over the crown of your head and find a big stretch from your right foot through your right fingertips. Turn your heart more towards the sky. Drop shoulders away from ears. Really kick that right foot down into your mat. Good. Right hand reaches back up. Swing it down and forward. Return to tabletop position. We'll go to the other side now. Right hand underneath your face. Kick the right foot to the side. Straighten the left leg. Reach the left hand high to the sky. Good. Activate that left leg. Push it firmly down into the ground. You can stay just like this or start to float the left leg up. The more you lift your ribs away from the earth, the less weight you'll have on your wrist. So if you have wrist pain, strengthen the core to help lift weight away from your hands. Nice. Take one more big breath. Really kick through that lifted leg. And then set it down. Kick it into the floor now as you reach the left hand up and over the crown of your head. Turn your heart towards the sky. Big breaths in. Big breaths out. Nice. Reach the left arm back up. Swivel it around to look down and plant back to tabletop position. Flex your feet. Walk your hips back. Sit onto your heels. Keep the hands down for more support if you need it, or bring your hands into your lap. If the toes don't want to participate, reach back, tuck them under, get them part of the party. We'll take 3 big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Opening up the feet. Inhale. Exhale. Third one, reach the arms up unless you need them down. Breathe in. Exhale, hands through heart. Remember all those good things you're ready for more of. Shift forward, downward facing dog, hands wide, tuck toes, lift the hips up and back. Good. Let the head hang heavy. Big breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, walk or hop, feet to hands. Arrive with feet hip distance apart, about 2 fist width, and hang over your legs. They can have a slight bend or be straight. Option 1, clasp opposite elbows. Option 2, interlace your hands at your lower back. Stretch your knuckles up and over the crown of your head. Let your head hang like an apple bobbing from a tree. Couple deep breaths. Release your hands down to the ground. Plant the left hand underneath your face. Bend your left knee. Reach your right hand high to the sky. So you're twisting open. Press your right leg towards straight. Good. Lift the chest. Lift the heart. You can keep both knees bent. That's totally okay. And you can also keep your left fingertips down on the ground. Yes. Good. You should feel a stretch in your outer right hip. Look down. Plant the right hand to the ground. Bend the right knee, reach the left hand high to the sky. The left leg will press towards straight. It's all right if it has a bend. Whatever you're doing with both shoulders, I want you to roll them open like you're trying to expose your chest, your collarbones, broadening your heart area. Good. Keep lifting the heart. Lift the ribs away from the earth. Twist a little bit deeper. Look down. Bring the left hand to the ground. Bend both knees. Tuck your tailbone and slowly roll all the way up to standing position. When you arrive, hands go high to the sky. And again, think of all those wonderful things that you're needing more of in your life. Breathe them in. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Reach both hands up high to the sky and start to pick some apples. So if you've never picked apples before, I don't care what you visualize. Just think there's something kind of high up and you're really trying to reach up there and grab them. Your feet are flat on the floor. You're bending and straightening your knees. So as your right hand reaches up, your right knee bends. And as your left hand reaches up, your left knee bends. Doesn't matter what it looks like. I just want you to feel like your sides are really lengthening as you stretch and side bend, trying to get that apple at the very top of the tree. Awesome. Take one more on the right and one more on the left. And return to center, mountain pose, palms forward. Breathe in. Hands to hip, breathe out, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shin, shoulders away from ears, heart reaches forward. And exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, keep the chest up, step back, plank pose. Good, full breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, breath out. Lift your right leg high to the sky, bend the right knee, point it to the ceiling, take some circles, take some weird movements, whatever feels good. Now you just have 3 points of contact on the mat, and I want you to see how much motion and movement you can do with those 3 points of contact planted. Might look a little weird, it doesn't matter, just have some fun with it. Good, look forward, step right foot by right pinky finger. So wide stance out to the side. Push with your back toes, keep your back knee lifted, rise to fingertips, and reach your heart forward past your front knee. Hug that front knee in towards your arm. Awesome, you can stay right here or plant left hand down, reach right hand to the sky, begin to twist towards your front knee. Really draw that front hip back and down. Keep pushing strong with your back leg. The twist is happening in your back as we try to maintain flatness in the pelvis. One more inhale. Exhale, hand plants down inside by the big toe. Look forward, Yogi Squat. Take as many steps as you need to bring left foot by left pinky finger. Now, you might take your feet super wide here and bring your forearms up to your knees, okay? This is option 1. Option 2, you keep the feet closer. Bring your hands to your heart. Heels can be up or down. You'll get more benefit if you've got something under your heels, either the ground or a rolled up towel, to push the heels down to sit up tall. Full breath in. Full breath out. Nice. Plant your hands. Step back. Downward facing dog. Firmly spread your fingers. Broaden your palms. Plant the right foot down. Lift the left leg high. Bend your left knee. And again, explore movement. Circles. Lifts. See what feels good. What can you do with that leg while the other 3 points of contact stay planted? Keep breathing. Stay focused with your body. If your brain starts to take over, just remind it that it has lots of other opportunities at another time. Nice. Look forward. Step left foot by left pinky finger. Lizard pose. Rise to those fingertips. Reach the heart forward. Get as long as you can from your back heel out your collarbones. And then draw shoulders away from ears instead of wearing them as earrings. Push down strongly through your front heel. Good. Right hand plants. Keep the pelvis neutral. Inhale, left hand reaches up, so we're just twisting with the back, the upper back, the middle back. Good. Lift your back knee up a little bit higher. Full inhales. Complete exhales. Really kick through that back heel. Push with the back toes. Drop the left hand down by the big toe. Yogi squat again. Big step forward. Right foot by right pinky finger. Go wide or stay narrow, your choice. heart up, whatever you're choosing. You can use your arms to help push your knees open over your pinky toes. Awesome. All right, we're going to get a little groovy now. So go a little bit wider if you tend to be tight. Then reach your hands forward. And then just like you're having a party, I want you to swing your hips side to side all the way up to standing. Nice. Don't just stand up. Make it a little bit groovy. Side to side, we're going back down. Awesome. And then all the way back up. Maybe you stay on one side, maybe get on the other side. Just take it all the way up to standing. And yeah, I want your legs to burn just a little bit. So if you feel that happening, I'm good with that. Keep your knees going wide to the sides. We're going up. Third time. All right, side to side with those hips. We're taking it back down all the way to Yogi Squat. Nice. Stay here this time. Knees go wide. Big breath in and out. Awesome. Plant your hands. Step back. Downward facing dog. Fingers spread wide. Like someone's pulling your hips up to the ceiling. Lift them up and push them back towards your heels. Breathe in and out. Look forward, right foot by right thumb, step forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale, hands can stay on floor, come to knee or reach high to the sky. Squeeze everything towards your midline, so draw it in and up versus out and down. Drop the shoulders though. Gaze up if you'd like. Keep the legs strong and active versus passive. Really push down through the front heel. Good. Exhale, bring the hands down to the floor. Lift up your back knee, but hover it and step it about 6 inches closer. So you're in a narrow stance, the back knee is hovering. Come to your fingertips and walk them slightly back by your heel. Keep them forward if you need to. Awesome. You're going to start to press both legs towards straight. Think of taking your forehead towards your front shin. And then we're going to move through this like an ocean wave with your spine. Round the back, circle the hips, and return to that same shape. We're just going to keep that going, pressing the legs towards straight, circling through the hips, going from the bent to the straight. The back heel is going to stay up the whole time. Really lift up your back heel. Good. Really press that front knee from bent to straight. Good. Now this time we're going to stay with the back heel lifted, both legs working towards straight, and bringing your forehead towards the ground. It's okay if your front knee needs to bend. Bring your hands to the floor or to your shin. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Awesome. Bend into your front knee. Walk the hands forward now and launch off to standing splits. Back leg is going to lift high to the sky. Fold forward with your torso. Lift your back leg up as high as it would like to go comfortably. One more breath in and out. Good. Step left foot next to right. Make sure feet are kind of wide. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders away from ears. Bend knees, rise up, chair pose. So we're in a wide chair pose stance, but make sure those knees are over your middle toes. I want you to push with your heels, lift with your heart. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward, breathe out. Inhale, lift your chest, shoulders back. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Awesome. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Broad palms, push down with the knuckles. Left leg lifts up, breathe in. Look forward, left foot by left thumb. Awesome. Drop the back knee, low lunge. Hands stay down, come to knee, or go to the sky. You always choose. You always have a choice. Good. Draw everything towards your center. Get taller, even if your hips sink deeper. So this is not about how low you can go. Nice. One more big breath in here. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. You're going to lift your back knee, step your back foot slightly closer, so you're in kind of a crouch like you're about to take off running. And then start to push your front knee towards straight, lift up your back heel, and push your hips back. Yeah, so you should be feeling a stretch in the back of your left thigh. Take your forehead towards your shin and walk your hands back a little bit behind your heel. It might not go there, that's okay, but that's where you're moving towards. And then take those same motions, right? So you're doing circles of the hips, folding, straightening, letting it be a little loosey and maybe a little goosey. You can always choose one direction, go the other. Yes, feel yourself getting some mobility, some stretch, letting your spine be part of this as well. And this time, hold forward, forehead towards shin, back heel lifted up high. Look forward, walk the hands forward, launch off standing splits. Really push into your front heel. The hands might need to be in front of you for more balance, or you could always grab your ankle. And then lift up the back leg high towards the sky. Awesome. Keep breathing. Look down, step right foot next to left. We'll do feet together this time, big toes touching. Bend your knees, rise up, chair pose. Hands sweep up high to the sky, big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. Twist towards your right. Hook your left elbow outside your right knee. Make sure your knees are parallel. One isn't poking out further. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the chest broad. Inhale to center, arms up, hips low. Exhale, twist the opposite direction. Right elbow outside left knee. As you reach your tailbone back, reach your heart forward. Good. Press strong into your palms. Sit lower. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, heart lifts up. Bend knees, plant palms, step back, plank pose. Awesome. As you come into plank pose, you've got an option here. Drop your knees down or left hand under chest with knees lifted. Pivot to side plank. Right hand is going to reach to the sky. So my left knee could be down. My right leg can be straight, or you can have them stacked. Spread your fingers wide. Lift your ribs as if there's a cactus underneath your left armpit. And you don't want to get pricked because that hurts. Then lift the ribs up higher. Awesome. Woo! If you fall, just come back into it. Look down, right hand plants. We'll do the other side now. Right hand underneath chest. Pivot to the other side. Left hand goes up. Lift the right ribs. Nice. Keep breathing fully. Legs strong. Look down, plant the left hand, and press back to downward facing dog. Really using the upper body today, as well as the legs, and keeping it loose and fluid. Full breaths. Nice. Step your big toes to touch. Reach your right leg high to the sky. Breathe in. Look forward. Step right foot between thumbs. Back heel spins flat for warrior two. Windmill the arms up and open. Check front knee is over middle toes. Back leg is straight and strong. Confident gaze over front fingertips. Wiggle your toes soft. Nice. Settle your breath. Left hand to left hip, right hand to the sky, side bend, up and over, reaching towards the back of your mat. Windmill your hands down to the ground, left hand plants, right hand lifts, pivot to the ball of your back foot, twisting towards your front knee. Stay here or keep pivoting. Stack right foot on top of left, find your side plank. Stay here or lift up right knee, step right foot behind your left knee, lift your hips and find a wild thing. Heart reaching up and open, legs strong. Unwind, come back to plank pose. Step right foot by right pinky finger. Nice, back knee is up, fingertips down, reach your heart forward. Exhale, Yogi Squat. Step left foot next to left pinky, lower the hips, heart up. Nice, so we've been exploring all these motions, we're just combining them now. Inhale, hip side to side, stand all the way up, and step your feet to hip distance apart. Good. From here, stand firmly onto your left foot. Stand firmly onto your right foot. Draw your left knee up to your chest. Stay here, or add on by bringing palms to mountain pose. Kick your left leg back behind you and open up into standing splits. Good. Left leg lifting up high. Slowly step your left foot next to your right. Bend your knees, come up chair pose. Heart goes high, hands go high, hips sink low. This time, swing your arms behind you, interlace them. Roll your shoulders back, lift your heart, then exhale, forehead to knees. Knuckles go up and over the crown of your head. Unwind the arms, reach up, still in chair pose. Exhale, step back, right leg, windmill the arms open, warrior two on the other side, okay? So center with your breath for a moment. Check in, knee over ankle, back leg straight and strong, shoulders stacked over hips, confident gaze over those front fingertips, pushing firmly down into your front heel. Remembering why you chose to do yoga today. Right hand comes to right hip, left hand turns to the sky. Reach up and back for a side bend. Keep your front shin moving forward as you reach back with your left hand. Windmill the hands down to the ground. Right hand comes to the floor. From there, pivot to your back heel lifted. Reach the left hand high to the sky. We're twisting towards the front knee. You're always welcome to stay here or slowly step back into a side plank. Left hip stacking on top of right. Left hand reaching high to the sky. Stay there or step left foot behind right knee. Lift your hips, reach up and over behind you. Strong legs. Open heart. Unwinding. Left hand comes down. Left foot steps by left pinky finger. Lizard pose. Come to fingertips. Look forward. Breathe in. Exhale. Right foot by right pinky finger. Breathe out. Yogi Squat. Use your arms to push your knees wider apart. Drop your tailbone. Open your chest. Lift it up to the sky. Awesome. Then funky dance all the way up to standing. Step your feet so they're hip distance apart. Stand firmly into your left leg this time. Draw your right knee up to your chest. Grab a hold of that shin. Hello, shin. Hello, leg. Thank you for all the times you walked me from place to place. And then hands to mountain pose. Keep the knee up. Kick it back. Standing splits. Hands come to the ground. Awesome. Right toes go high to the sky like someone's pulling that right ankle up, 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 up. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Slowly step right foot next to left. Bend both knees. Rise up, chair pose. Hips sink low. Hands go high. Big breath in. Hands interlace the awkward way this time. Stretch the knuckles up. Round. Forehead towards knees. Tuck chin to chest. Unwind. Hands go up. Big breath in. Exhale. Fold forward. Legs straighten. Inhale. Lift chest. Bend your knees. Plant your hands. Step back. Plank pose. Lift the hips. Downward dog. Breathe in and out. Look forward, shift forward, drop your knees to the ground. Line up somewhere in the middle of your mat and sit down onto your heels. Again, this time we'll keep the toes pointed behind us versus flexed. Get your heels so they're parallel. Oftentimes they like to go wide. I want your heels inward a little bit, so you should feel a greater stretch in the front of your ankles. This is a great place to stay. You might feel a stretch in the front of your thighs, the front of your ankles. If you need a bit more, shift forward, take your feet wider, and sink your hips down to the mat between your heels. Your hips need to be on something, either a block, a pillow, your mat, your feet, but they do need some support. And you can stay right here if you want, or you can bring fingertips behind you. But you see how right now I'm arching my back? This is not what we want to do. So I'm going to lift your hips up and actually tuck your tailbone under and then put your hips back down. We're going to focus more on maintaining that than getting really low back. Okay? So try to kind of, like a dog tucking its tail between its legs, find a similar sensation here. Might feel a little bit like cat pose. Awesome. Slowly return back to center. Shift back to seated and then back to tabletop. Take your knees behind you. Awesome. Step right foot next to right pinky finger. And this time we're going to keep the back knee down and really let our hips sink low to the ground. But keep hugging the right knee in towards your right shoulder. Heart is lifted, chest is up. And even here, I've got like a 10% ab engagement as I'm thinking hips low. Option, you can tuck that back, the back toes under and really push into the toes. The more activity you can have in the legs here, the better. The safer it is to stretch within strength. Sit back, slide your right foot closer to you, and sit down all the way onto your left foot. You can press that right leg towards straight, or you can even sit inside your left foot, bringing both sits bones to the ground and having that left knee bent in like we did earlier. Now push your right thigh down, push your right calf into the floor, and push your right heel down into the floor as well. So that right leg is really grounding. And as you push all of that down, I want you to lift and extend your torso up high to the sky. Big breath in and out. Good. If you'd like, you can begin to fold forward, heart reaching forward. Big breath in. Keep pushing the right leg down and out. Inhale, look forward, sit all the way up. Use your hands. You're going to step onto your right foot again, coming back into that lunge. The left foot tucks under, rise up, high lunge, hands go high to the sky. Deep bend into your front knee. Good. Full inhale. And exhale. Hands come to the floor. We step back, downward facing dog. Left foot is going to step forward. Drop the right knee down and get super low again this time. So we're going to lower the hips. We'll bring the left hand by the left big toe. Hug the left knee in towards your left shoulder. You can keep that back foot flex under. Really push into the ball of your foot, reaching the heart forward. Shoulders drawing back. Letting the hips melt, but staying strong within your legs. Nice. And then lift the back knee high to the sky. Good. Finding length and reach from the heel out the heart. Dropping that back knee down and sitting back, slide your left foot towards you as you sit back onto your right foot, pressing the left leg towards straight, or sit inside the right foot. Make sure the right sit bone is on the ground as well. Good, and then just like before, I want you to push your left thigh down, push your left knee down, push your left calf down, push your left heel down. That entire leg, I don't care if you flex it or point it, but I want it pushing downward. That downward helps you lift up a little bit higher. Breathe in. And then exhale, begin to fold forward over your left leg. Don't force it. If your body says no folding, listen to your body more than me. Good. Another breath in and out. And slowly rise up. You're going to shift forward again. Stand on to your left foot. Tuck your back toes under. Lift the back knee. Sweep the hands up. High lunge. Nice. If you need to adjust your stance, go for it. We're looking for the front knee pushing over the ankle, but not past. Back leg lifting high to the sky, especially the inner thigh. Think of rolling that leg up towards the ceiling. Big breath in. Exhale, hands come down. We'll step back, downward facing dog. Look forward, walk your feet to your hands. Bend your knees, have a seat on your sits bones. Awesome. Fingertips come behind you. Roll your shoulders up and back. Draw your knees into your chest. Option 1, you stay right here. Option 2, you bring your hands along your sides. Just definitely keep squeezing your legs together. Option 3, lower down into low boat. Legs squeezing together, shooting out long. Lower back rounding. Thinking like you're bowing, just with your upper chest trying to curl up. Drop the shoulders, turn the palms up towards the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise all the way back up. Good, cross your legs. Inhale, hands go high. Exhale, sink back, boat pose. Hands can come behind you, knees can stay bent, or again, lower to your low boat for 5, 4, soften the shoulders, 3, 2, 1. Inhale all the way up, cross your legs. Inhale, hands go high. Exhale, lean back. 3rd time's the charm. Legs go up. Option 1, hands down. Option 2, hands up. Option 3, take it to low boat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale all the way up. Hands go high. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Step your feet in front of you and slowly roll all the way down onto your back. When you get there, walk the heels close to you so you have your heels right underneath your knees. And make sure the feet are parallel, so you might need to spin the heels out slightly to the sides. Good. Arms come along your sides. Push your shoulders down. Push your triceps down. And roll the hips up to the sky. Really push down with your heels and the inner edges of your feet. Think of these front hip bones pulling towards your chest. Nice. And imagine like your inner thighs are magnets that are trying to go close to one another instead of repel. We've got the good sides. And then press the chest down, the mid back down, the lower back down, tailbone still up. And the tailbone slowly lowers down as well. We'll do 2 more of those. Push into the feet, roll the pelvis up, push down with the arms. Think of your shins moving away from you as those front hip bones move towards your belly button and your feet push firmly into the ground. Push the elbows down. Then start with the chest and roll it to the floor. Good. Okay, last time. Push into the feet again. Slowly roll it all the way up. And release back down to the floor. Now you could rest for a couple breaths, or if you'd like to take a wheel, this would be a time to take that. So if you're resting, you've got about 5 breaths to just lay on your back. You could take a 4th bridge pose if you want, or this time bring your hands by your ears, push into your feet, slowly roll all the way up. Fingers wide, palms broad, hats off. Keep breathing fully. Make your way back down if you're up. Let your back be flat for a moment. Simply resting on your spine in neutral. We don't always want to do a counter pose right away, as that can be a little too much for our spine, a little too much for the muscles. So just let them neutralize. Awesome. Then lift your knees up towards your chest. Stack them right above your hips. Squeeze your legs together. Bring your palms by your sides. Palms face up. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, curl the upper body up. Push your lower back down into the mat. Drop shoulders and think of curling from just underneath the chest without crunching up the shoulders. Good. Squeeze your inner thighs together and slowly lower down. Nice. Drop the feet. Take a breath in and out. Draw knees into chest. We're going to rock all the way up. You can rock straight up or rock to a side. So rock and roll up to seated. Great. I'm going to turn to face you, but you can stay the direction you're in. You're going to take your legs out wide, left to right. Awesome. So like we did before, I want you to push your thighs down, push your knees down, push your calves down, push your heels down. So everything pushes down, and that enables the spine to lengthen up. There's activity in the legs. Hands can be behind you for support. You could bring them in front of you, or you could start to walk forward gently using hands or not using hands. It depends on your body. Just keep pushing the thighs downward, keep pushing the heels downward. Good. And then slowly come all the way back up to seated. Now bend your knees, draw your heels in towards you. Drop both knees over to your right. You're going to turn your body to face the right as well. Awesome. And that left hip is going to be up. I want you to drop it down for a moment and then rock it up. Drop it down, rock it up. That back hip, rock and roll it. It's going up and down. So it's like you're turning to face forward, then you're turning to face the front of your mat. Turning forward, turning to face the front. Good. Try it out. Find some movement. Awesome. Wonderful. Stay facing forward. Draw that front foot a little bit closer to you. Draw the back foot a little bit closer to you. Push into your shins. Lift your hips up and push your hips forward. Shins push down to elevate the hips. Then slowly lower the hips back down. We're going to turn back to center. Feet down, knees wide. And extend the legs out to the sides again. Good. Push everything down. Use your hands or not. Lower. And then slowly rise back up. Bring the heels towards you. Drop them over to the left this time. Awesome. And then that right hip is going to be elevated. Rock the right hip up to the sky. And then drop it back down. So actually find some movement here. Twisting to the front. Twisting to the side. Good. Rock it. Drop it. Are you breathing? Take one more. Stay facing forward. Bring that back heel a little bit closer. Front heel a little bit closer. Push down into the shins. Lift the hips up. Elevate. Good. Be strong in your legs. Even push the fronts of your ankles down. And slowly sit back down. Turn to face the center. Take your legs wide apart. Good. Push down with your feet, down with your knees, down with your thighs. Last time, we'll lower a little or a lot depending on your body. Slowly rising back up. And close your legs like a book. We'll face the front of your mat. Good. Stretch your legs out in front of you. We'll roll the inner thighs in, the outer thighs out. And even here, start to push the legs down into the ground. Arms reach forward, palms face one another, starting with your sacrum. Curl. You can even bring your hand there and think, push back into it. And we're going to slowly roll back. So if you don't have room, you might need to scoot forward a little bit more. Good. Go slower, even slower. Like someone's pulling your ankles away from you. As you roll down, make sure the lower back pushes down to the floor before your upper back. Awesome. Then we're going to flex the feet and come all the way back up. Nice. We're going to do that a few more times. Curling over. Point the toes. Push the knees down. Start back here and start to roll back. Nice. Push the thighs into the floor. Push the ankles into the floor. Flex the feet. Roll it back up. Awesome. Last one. Point with the toes. Tuck the tailbone. Here we go. All the way to your back. When you're there, stay there. Bend your knees into your chest. Draw your right knee in. Go ahead and grab the right shin. We'll keep the left foot firmly planted on the ground. Left knee points to the sky. You can stay right here or find half happy baby. Bend your right knee. Right hand reaches between the legs to grab the ankle or the outer edge of the foot or the big toe. And you can stay like that or start to press the right leg towards straight, but keep that right knee pointing towards your right armpit. Kicking your right heel up to the sky, keeping both hips flat to the floor. Think of even pushing your tailbone down to the ground. Nice. Now open your right leg towards the right, but keep the left hip on the floor. And start to kick the right leg straighter. Good. Then bend it back in and return it back to center. So now the foot is pointing straight up. It's no longer to the side. Bend your right knee. Step right foot next to left. Feet down, knees to the sky. Bend your left knee in towards your chest. Reach up, grab the shin. Good. Hug the knee towards the armpit. Take just a couple breaths here. And then start to move into half happy baby. Left hand comes between the legs. Grab the ankle or the outer edge of the foot. Point the bottom of your foot up to the ceiling and point your left knee towards your left armpit. It's all right if your leg doesn't straighten. Think of pushing the tailbone down and kicking the left heel upward. Awesome. Gently open the left leg out to the left, just like you'd open a page of a book. Maybe that left leg presses towards straight, maybe not. Keep the right hip firmly down. And then bend the left knee back in and return it so the sole of the left foot points up to the sky again. Awesome. Gently bend your left knee and bring it back down next to the right leg. Make sure you've got some room behind you, so you might need to scoot forward a little bit on your mat. Draw both knees into your chest, give them a hug. And you could stay just like this. You could find full happy baby, grabbing outer edges of feet, feet point up, tailbone presses down. You could move into more of an inversion, feet straight up, arms by your sides. Or at this point, this would be a nice time to move into your shoulder stand or plow, kicking the feet up towards the sky or behind your head, so you can choose. Staying active in the abs to protect your back. And if you're in shoulder stand or plow, make sure there's no weight on your head or neck. If you've never done this pose before, I recommend doing it with the supervision of a live teacher versus during a class online. Nice. Whatever you've chosen, gently come all the way back down. Feet to the floor, knees pointing to the sky, finding neutral on your spine again. And take your feet as wide as your yoga mat. Center your spine in the middle of your mat. Drop both knees to the right. Bring your arms open to a T-like shape. You could stay here, or you could even pick up your right foot and put it on the outside of your left knee. Perhaps even gazing over your left shoulder if that's comfortable for your neck. Gently return back to center, keeping the feet wide to either side of your mat. Scoot your hips slightly to the right. Drop both knees to the left this time. And then pick up your left foot, optional, to place it on the outside of your right knee. Let your breath slow down. And as your knees twist to the left, think of your belly twisting to the right. Soften your arms and your head. Soften your face. Slowly roll back to center. Scoot your hips back to the middle. And decide if there's any other last poses you need to feel complete. If so, this would be your time to take them. If you need to get back up and do something, go for it. If you were craving an arm balance, now's your chance. Maybe you're wanting a nice long Shavasana or to do a yin pose before we settle in. Whatever you need. I'm going to give you about a minute and a half to explore a pose for yourself, and then I'll take us into Shavasana. So don't worry about what it looks like or what I'm doing or what you think you should do, and just do what would feel good. All right, start to make your way into Shavasana. That could look like legs up the wall. That could look like laying flat onto your back. When you get comfortable, give your body a little shake, a little wiggle. And then settle into stillness. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring small movements back to your body. And give yourself the next couple breaths, taking your time to find your way to seated. When you find your way to seated, hands can fall into your lap, or you might join them together at your heart. And we'll close class by sharing a deep breath in and a full breath out. Thanks so much for sharing your practice today. If you like the class, hit the thumbs up button below, leave a comment. Let me know if you have any requests for classes, and have a wonderful rest of your day.